Chapter 8. The Soul Beneath Ashbourne. The voice came from beneath the dead woman's coffin. Darian. One word. Barely louder than a breath. Yet it struck him harder than any sword. Darian stood motionless beside Seraphine Ashbourne's stone tomb. One hand rested on the concealed iron ring he had uncovered beneath its base. Around him, the crypt remained silent, except for the slow drip of water somewhere in the darkness. Alistair raised his lantern. Darian looked at him. "You heard it too?" The old steward's face had gone pale. "I heard something." "That wasn't something." Darian pulled the iron ring. Stone ground against stone. The coffin shifted sideways with a deep, scraping groan, revealing a narrow staircase descending into darkness. Cold air rolled upward, carrying the smell of wet earth, burned metal, and something faintly sweet. Blood. Old blood. A red warning filled Darian's vision. Hidden location discovered. Ashbourne Soul Vault. Warning. Unauthorized entry may destabilize the local gate anchor. The gate commander has detected your location. Estimated time until breach: 6 days, 23 hours, and 51 minutes. The number had already begun counting down. Alistair leaned closer to the opening. There is no soul vault beneath Ashbourne. There is now. Darian drew his sword. His newly chosen class stirred inside him. Tenfold Oath Commander. The power did not feel like the warrior paths the system had offered him. There was no sudden rush of strength. No hunger for battle. Instead, he felt the locations of those who had willingly accepted his leadership. Mara waited outside the crypt. Cedric guarded the estate's eastern approach. Gareth and Tomas watched over the wounded. Corvin and Pell were reinforcing the lower wall. They appeared as faint points of awareness inside his mind. They were not puppets. They were not pieces on a board. They were people. His class allowed him to sense them because they had chosen to stand with him. That distinction mattered. Darian looked into the darkness below. "Stay here," he told Alistair. The steward's jaw tightened. No, that was not a request. The words came too easily. They sounded like the voice Darian had used in his first life. The voice of a commander who expected obedience before explanation. Alistair noticed. So did Darian. He slowly released the breath caught inside his chest. "The staircase may be trapped," Darian explained. "If it collapses, someone must remain above to get the others." "That is a reason," Alistair answered. "Not an order." Darian studied him. The steward was afraid. His lantern shook slightly in his hand, but he had not stepped back. "Remain above," Darian said. "Please." Alistair nodded. That small exchange cost Darian more pride than it should have, which meant it was necessary. Darian descended. The stairs were narrow and older than the estate above them. Ashbourne Manor had been constructed from pale stone, polished wood, and displays of wealth. The passage beneath it had been carved directly from black rock. Symbols covered the walls. Some were familiar from the system. Others appeared older, cruder. It looked as though someone had attempted to copy system commands using knives and human hands. Darian passed a symbol shaped like an open eye. His status screen flickered. Foreign command detected. Identify. Access. Claim. Commands rejected. A whisper crawled through the passage. Return. Darian kept walking. "This vessel is occupied." He tightened his grip on his sword. "I know." The voice changed. It became the voice of his father from his first life. Not the father of the body Darian now occupied. His real father. A man who had been dead for more than 20 years. "You always did confuse stubbornness with courage." Darian stopped. The passage around him vanished. For one heartbeat, he stood in the training courtyard of his childhood home. Morning sunlight touched the stone. Wooden swords rested against the wall. His father stood before him, wearing the dark uniform of their house. Exactly as Darian remembered him. Not older. Not sick. Not lying beneath a burial cloth. Alive. "You led good men to their deaths," the illusion said. Darian knew it was false. Knowing that did not make the words hurt any less. You gave traitors access to your command. You trusted their smiles because questioning them would have required admitting they did not love you. Darian took another step. The courtyard moved with him. His father's expression hardened. You will do it again. Probably. The illusion hesitated. Darian continued walking. I will trust someone who fails me, he said. I will make the wrong decision. People will die because I misunderstood something. The sunlight around him began to fade. But fear of failure is not wisdom. It is only another kind of surrender. His father's image cracked like glass. The courtyard shattered. The black passage returned. A notification appeared. Mental intrusion resisted. Skill increased. Oath-bound will. Base experience gained. 120. Tenfold multiplier applied. Experience gained. 1,200. Darian dismissed the message. The passage ended at an iron door. Silver lines crossed its surface, forming a pattern like chains wrapped around a human heart. A bloody handprint had been pressed into its center. The blood had long ago turned black. Darian raised his palm toward the mark. The system reacted. Bloodline access recognized. Vessel, Lucian Ashbourne. Status, occupied by foreign soul. Secondary claimant detected. Access granted. The chains carved into the door withdrew, one link at a time. Darian's stomach twisted. The system had not called him Darian. It had called him a foreign soul. The door opened. The chamber beyond was circular and enormous, far larger than anything that should have fit beneath the crypt. Pillars of black stone surrounded a sunken platform. Silver threads stretched from every pillar toward its center. A young man floated above the platform. He was translucent, barefoot, thin. Dark hair hung across his face. Silver chains passed through his wrists, ankles, chest, and throat. Each chain connected him to one of the pillars. Darian stopped breathing. The imprisoned soul raised his head. Darian looked into his own face. Not the face from his first life. The face he wore now. Lucian Ashbourne's face. The true owner of the body. Lucian's eyes opened, filled with silver light. You took your time, he whispered. Darian approached the platform carefully. I didn't know you were here. I told you. The system hid your message. I know. Lucian's voice was weak, but the bitterness inside it remained sharp. I screamed for 3 days when you first woke inside my body. Then I begged. Then I tried offering you everything my family owned. One of the chains tightened. Lucian's back arched as silver light flared inside him. Darian stepped forward, but a barrier rose around the platform. A system window appeared. Soul Vault containment active. Primary purpose: preservation of displaced claimant. Secondary purpose: gate stabilization. Tertiary purpose: vessel conditioning. Darian stared at the message. What does vessel conditioning mean? Lucian gave a hollow laugh. It means they emptied me out so something else could fit. Darian studied the chains. Each one was formed from hundreds of tiny system symbols. Who did this? My father. The answer came without hesitation. Darian had expected it. Hearing it still carried weight. Lord Ashbourne made a bargain, Lucian continued. His bloodline was dying. The estate was bankrupt. His enemies were closing around him. And he had one weak son who could barely hold a sword. You. Me. Lucian's expression tightened. The gate promised him a commander. Someone experienced. Someone powerful. Someone capable of restoring House Ashbourne. Darian looked at the chains passing through Lucian's chest. In exchange for your body. In exchange for everything. The chamber changed. Light poured from the pillars, forming images in the air. Lord Ashbourne stood on the platform. He looked younger, but grief had already carved deep lines around his eyes. Lucian stood before him. Alive. Frightened. Human. Father, the memory of Lucian said, what is this place? Lord Ashbourne could not meet his son's eyes. A sanctuary. The chains rose from the floor. Lucian stepped back. Why are there restraints? To keep you safe. From what? Lord Ashbourne's face collapsed. From what is coming? The chains struck. Lucian screamed. Lord Ashbourne fell to his knees as the system tore his son's soul from his body. He wept. He apologized. But he did not stop it. A dark shape appeared behind him. Tall. Armored. Wearing Darian's original face. The Gate Commander. It placed one hand on Lord Ashbourne's shoulder. "Your house will survive," the creature promised. Lucian's empty body fell onto the platform. The Gate Commander looked down at it. A suitable vessel. The memory vanished. Silence returned. Darian finally understood. Lord Ashbourne had not summoned Darian specifically. He had opened a path and begged for a savior. The Gate had selected a dead commander whose experience matched what the house needed. It had dragged Darian across worlds and placed him inside Lucian. Then it had stolen Darian's abandoned body for itself. Both men had been used. Different pieces of the same exchange. Lucian watched Darian from behind the barrier. "You didn't know." "No." "You expect that to make me feel better?" "No." The answer seemed to surprise him. Lucian's anger faltered. Darian sheathed his sword. "What do you remember from before the ritual?" "Everything. Your father. Everything. Your mother." Lucian looked toward the ceiling, in the direction of Seraphine's coffin. She discovered the bargain. His voice weakened. She tried to stop him. Father told her it was already done. He said the gate would destroy all of us if he broke the agreement. What happened to her? She opened the vault. The chains around Lucian's throat tightened. He gasped. Darian moved closer. "Stop speaking." Lucian forced out the next words. "She tried to free me." The chamber shook. Dust fell from the ceiling. Restricted memory accessed. Containment response activated. Silver energy surged through the chains. Lucian screamed. Darian struck the barrier, but his sword bounced away. A quest appeared. Emergency quest. Secure the vessel. The secondary claimant is destabilizing gate infrastructure. Choose 1. Terminate Lucian Ashbourne's remaining soul and receive complete vessel synchronization, immediate advancement to level 30, and a 30-day delay before the gate detects you. Or reinforce containment, preserving Lucian for future extraction and delaying the gate by 14 days. Time remaining, 59 seconds. Lucian's screams filled the chamber. The system had offered Darian exactly what he needed. Power, time, complete control of the body. 2,000 royal soldiers would arrive in 4 days. The Gate Commander would breach reality in less than 7. Darian needed every possible advantage. All he had to do was kill a young man who had already been sacrificed once. Darian dismissed the quest. The window returned. He dismissed it again. It reappeared. Selection required. "No," Darian said. "Selection required." "I said no." Failure to select will result in automatic containment. Time remaining, 41 seconds. Darian placed both hands against the barrier. Power burned his palms. Threads of pale golden light spread from his fingers. Tenfold Oath Commander ability detected. No valid oath exists with secondary claimant. "Lucian!" Darian called. The young man could barely hear him through the pain. "Lucian!" Silver eyes opened. "I can connect you to my class, but it requires your agreement. You're asking me to serve you?" "No. What else would an Oath Commander ask?" Darian searched the interface. The class offered him several choices. A soldier's oath, a vassal's oath, an oath of service, an oath of unquestioned command. Every choice placed Darian above Lucian. Every one promised protection in exchange for obedience. Darian rejected them all. "What are you doing?" Lucian gasped. "Finding another choice." "There isn't one. There is always another choice. Systems simply hide the choices they don't want us making." 25 seconds remained. Darian opened the custom oath interface. The system resisted him. He removed the words service, command, loyalty, and ownership. He replaced them with one condition: consent. The system flashed red. Custom oath lacks hierarchy. Command benefit reduced by 100%. Control privileges unavailable. Protection burden remains active. This oath provides the commander with no direct authority over the unit. Confirm creation? Yes. The golden threads brightened. Darian looked directly into Lucian's eyes. Lucian Ashbourne, this body was yours before it was mine. I will not claim that your imprisonment makes it mine. I cannot return what was taken from you. I do not know whether either of us can survive separated. But I swear that I will not erase you to make my life easier. I will not silence you because your existence is inconvenient. I will not call possession justice merely because the system rewards me for it. Golden threads passed through the barrier and reached Lucian's chest. In return, I ask for no obedience, no loyalty, no forgiveness. I ask only that you choose whether we face what comes next together. The system shook. Invalid command structure. No superior party established. No subordinate party established. Oath classification unavailable. Lucian's lips trembled. You are standing in my body. I know. You have my name. I know. My family follows you. I know. And you expect me to trust you? No. 5 seconds remained. 4. 3. Darian did not look away. I expect you to decide. 2. Lucian closed his eyes. 1. I accept. The chamber exploded with golden light. The silver chains snapped. Every pillar cracked at once. The barrier shattered, throwing Darian across the floor. His head struck stone. For an instant, the world went black. Then Lucian's memories poured into him. Lucian learning to walk through Ashbourne's gardens. Lucian hiding books beneath his bed because his father considered reading a weak man's habit. Seraphine teaching him the names of winter flowers. Cedric letting him win during sword practice. Alistair carrying him home after he fell from a horse. Lord Ashbourne standing outside Lucian's door at night, too ashamed to enter. Then came the ritual. The chains. 3 days of screaming while Darian woke inside his body. Darian felt all of it. And Lucian felt Darian's memories in return. A muddy battlefield. A sword through Darian's chest. 3 trusted officers turning their backs. Years of command. Battles. Funerals. Victories that no longer mattered. The terror of waking inside a stranger's flesh. And the shame of feeling grateful for a stolen second life. Their memories collided. Then separated. Darian opened his eyes. He was lying at the center of the platform. The chains were gone. Lucian was gone too. Lucian. No answer came from the chamber. Then a voice spoke from inside Darian's mind. That was unpleasant. Darian went still. The voice was clearer now. Not a whisper through stone. Not a hidden message. It sounded like a person standing on the opposite side of a thin wall. "Are you injured?" Darian asked. Lucian answered inside his head. "I'm dead, imprisoned, homeless, and trapped inside my stolen body with the man occupying it." There was a brief pause. "So yes." Slightly. Darian pushed himself upright. The system flooded his vision. Custom oath accepted. New unit recognized. Lucian Ashbourne. Classification. Displaced soul. Level. 1. Condition. Critical but stable. Trust. 3 out of 100. Authority. None. Shared voice unlocked. Experience gained. 25,000. Level increased from 24 to 26. More warnings appeared. Vessel synchronization disrupted. Physical synchronization reduced from 74% to 61%. Temporary penalties include reduced coordination, memory bleed, unstable skill activation, and emotional crossover. Potential benefits include dual perspective, expanded memory access, unknown soul progression, and unknown class evolution. Darian attempted to stand. His right leg moved half a second after his left. He fell back to one knee. Lucian laughed inside his mind. The legendary commander, defeated by walking. Enjoy it while you can. I have been chained beneath my mother's coffin. My standards for entertainment are low. The chamber trembled. A crack spread across the platform. Darkness leaked through it. Not the absence of light, but something thick and moving. The pillars had not merely contained Lucian. They had anchored something beneath him. A gateway. Through the crack, Darian saw a battlefield beneath a black sky. Thousands of motionless soldiers. A fortress built from bones. At its center stood the gate commander, wearing Darian's original body. It turned its head. Across worlds, their eyes met. The gate commander smiled. A new warning appeared. Gate anchor damaged. Breach acceleration detected. Previous estimate, 6 days and 23 hours. New estimate, 3 days and 19 hours. The Royal Army would arrive in 4 days. The gate commander would arrive first. That is bad, Darian said. Lucian answered dryly. Your tactical brilliance continues to amaze me. The crack widened. A black armored hand pushed through. A creature pulled itself into the chamber. It wore the remains of a soldier's armor, but no human flesh remained beneath it. Smoke filled its helmet, and a single red eye burned inside the darkness. Gate Vanguard. Level 28. Purpose: restore the anchor and eliminate the displaced claimant. Its red eye fixed on Darian. Then it shifted slightly. It could see Lucian inside him. The creature lunged. Darian moved to block, but his body twisted in the wrong direction. The Vanguard's blade cut across his shoulder. Blood struck the stone. Move left. Lucian shouted. Darian moved without asking why. The second strike passed through the space where his throat had been. Lucian had seen the attack before Darian. He had spent years watching the chamber's guards move through the gateway. It lowers its right shoulder before a thrust. Darian parried the next strike. The impact nearly broke his wrist. The creature was stronger, faster. Darian's synchronization remained unstable. Keep watching, Darian said. What do you think I've been doing for the last several years? The Vanguard attacked again. Its right shoulder lowered. A thrust. Darian stepped outside the blade. The creature corrected its movement, transforming the thrust into a sweeping cut. Lucian sensed it first. Down. Darian dropped. The blade removed a lock of his hair. He drove his sword through the Vanguard's knee. Black smoke erupted from the wound. The creature did not fall. Instead, it grabbed Darian by the throat. Its fingers tightened. Darian struck its arm. Once. Twice. The grip did not loosen. His strength should have been enough to break free, but his body could not apply it correctly. His vision darkened. "Give me your left hand," Lucian said. "What?" "You control the sword. Give me the left hand. You've never fought. Neither of us will ever fight again if you continue being strangled." Darian released control. His left arm went numb. Then it moved without him. Lucian seized a broken silver chain from the floor and wrapped it around the Vanguard's wrist. The chain ignited. The creature recoiled. Its grip loosened. Darian drove his sword through the opening beneath its helmet. Golden light traveled down the blade. The Vanguard screamed. Its armor collapsed into ash. Gate Vanguard defeated. Experience gained, 31,000. Experience stored due to synchronization restrictions. Darian fell backward, coughing. His left hand still held the broken chain. He could feel Lucian's surprise. "I did that. You did. I've never killed anything before." Darian looked at the empty armor. "You saved us." Lucian became quiet. Another notification appeared. Lucian Ashbourne contributed to a successful battle. Shared experience enabled. Lucian Ashbourne increased from level 1 to level 7. Both men stared at the message. "Is that normal?" Lucian asked. "No." "Good. I was concerned the day might become predictable." The chamber groaned. More red eyes appeared beyond the crack. 1, 5, 20. Another wave was coming. "We need to leave," Darian said. "Agreed." He stood. This time, Lucian helped stabilize the left side of the body. Before reaching the door, Darian noticed something beneath the Vanguard's remains. A black metal seal. He picked it up. The symbol belonged to the Royal Army. Not House Ashbourne. Not the gate. The crown. The system identified it. Royal Gate Command Seal. Bearer, Lord General Oral Vey. Current identity, Orlon Vey. Class, Tenfold Kingmaker. Level, 52. Status, active. Darian's blood turned cold. Orlon, Captain Orlon. One of the 3 men who had betrayed Darian in his first life. Alive in this world. Serving the crown. Level 52. Lucian felt the memory before Darian could hide it. Mud. A sword entering Darian's back. Orlon walking away without looking back. "You know him," Lucian said. "Yes." "He killed you." "Yes." The gate roared beneath them. Darian closed his hand around the seal. Above them waited an estate preparing for war. 2,000 royal soldiers marched toward Ashbourne. Their commander was a man from Darian's first life. A traitor who should not have existed in this world. Beyond the broken gateway, something wearing Darian's original body was coming to reclaim Lucian's. Darian ran for the stairs. For the first time since awakening in this world, he was no longer facing the past alone. Inside his mind, Lucian Ashbourne stood beside him. Not a servant. Not a follower. Not yet a friend. But alive. And choosing to fight. Behind them, the first gate vanguard climbed through the broken floor. Then the second. Then the third. A final warning burned across Darian's vision. The gate has lost its anchor. A new anchor will be claimed. Primary target, Lucian Ashbourne. Secondary target, Darian Vale. Crown Army arrival, 3 days and 22 hours. Gate commander arrival, 3 days and 19 hours. The gate would arrive 3 hours before the army. Darian tightened his grip on his sword. 3 hours to survive one enemy before the next reached them. 3 hours between the monster wearing his face and the traitor who had put a blade through his heart. 3 hours that would decide which world claimed them both.